Hello, my cabbages, and welcome back to another mapping video. You know the obvious, and I'm gonna get straight into it. It's a World War I. If you wonder why World War, well, we have colonies. Yep. So, I'm gonna be doing, now, you're wondering who invades first. So, boom, ba-doom, 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 doom, 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 doom. It's the purple team. Yep. You might accept the gray team invades first because they were the one that leader got killed, if you remember. But nope, the purple team invades first. They're proactive, maybe not in a good way, and they kind of like quickly invade this area because they know they're cooked if they wait for too long. Yeah. So they quickly kind of invade this area over here and even capturing this major city. Youngster's like, whoa, 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 whoa. So, yeah, this is kind of like unexpected because, well, I didn't expect them to really get this good this quick, like kind of rush them. But kind of while this is happening, this basically activates the alliances because, if you don't know the breakdown, basically the 4-point stars and the pentagons versus the right angle triangles and the septagons. And let's just say, let's keep the septagon layer on, or the alliance layer. Some of these countries notice, particularly the brown country, kind of jumping on it first, being like, ooh, we can get them while they're distracted. So they start to basically invade some of these areas. Kind of like trying to go up here, but also focusing a bit more down here. Also, and just moving around this area. And the blue team's like, because a lot's gonna be happening this episode. I mean, like a lot. I'm basically gonna start from the bottom, kind of do like a loop around, so I can like move from country to country. So yeah, I'm starting down here. I kind of get a lot of territory, more than they should be, because purple team kind of be focusing too much troops in one area, so they kind of be slacking up here. So yeah, the city gets captured. But let's start on the right side. Purple team seeing this is like, ooh, I do agree, and take this city and kind of moves in a bit, reinforcing this area. Randomly, the purple team decides to invade this area first. Wondering why, there's still some untold beef here. There might be what beef? Well, that's for you to decide. They start invading this country, like, rapidly, even though they could be using this military for better causes. So, yeah. I wonder what beef they have here. I like beef. They take this major city, and it's like, whoa, what? But the brown team's cooked over here, but anyways, the green team kind of sees the advantage of this, and, take some land around here, cutting off this area. Yeah, and then we move up here. For some unknown reason, bribery, threatening, whatever the sorts, I'm not gonna tell you. These three nations kind of back out of this alliance. Why? I don't know. But, yeah. And then, let's go to the other side so I can continue this. Dark red team over here starts to do their thing, or burgundy, brownish red. Starts invading this area. Doing their fair share. Dark yellow team over here decides, take some of this coastal land. Yeah, dark purple team. Also, like, don't mind if I do. Kind of takes over some of this land. It's kind of hard to control them. There's all the stuff happening right now. Yeah. And, you might think, ooh, they're gonna take some land, but they kind of don't pounce on it yet. But anyways, let's do another gray team update. Kind of push them back, pushing them around. And I think of what if we do a late Germany, if you know what if you know what I mean, what I know. They basically kind of go like this, invade, like, Belgium, invade into this team, rather kind of unexpectedly, and basically use that to open a second front over here, which was unexpected. Good military strategy. Even connect the fronts again. So yeah, we got these areas kind of having connected fronts. Took these two kind of cities, and I'm like, whoa, not expecting that. They actually have some decent generals. And they start kind of to encircle this area, and they get a big encirclement. That's not good. But anyways, over here, the gray team actually makes some ground and takes some of the area, and the purple team up here, it's a long way to march. Long way down. I'm gonna deal with this area later. There's gonna be a lot happening here. Spoilers. But not much really happens here other than, well, green team is kind of being aggressive. So with the gray team, they're like, what could go wrong with the gray team? And they're like, hey, purple team. They get like super close to the capital, and they're like, oh, hell no. The purple team could have always wiped them out if they needed to, but they're doing it now because they don't look as bad as a country. It's like PR move if they wipe them out after they got attacked. They can say it's retaliation. If they wipe them out randomly, then well, that's just not good for the PR. So yeah, they're kind of always dead meat. They're kind of just part of it, just for the sake of kind of being there, and they thought the gray team could give them some backing. Nope. Stupid. Anyways, the purple team kind of dealing with this is like, and they kind of take some of this area, take the city, and Cuba is not looking too good right now. Yeah. I was seeing kind of taking this area and actually moving up in. The gray team's like, whoa. And they did what they did to some of their other teams, if you know what I'm saying. And they're like, how about you join us and we'll give you more protection. So they're kind of threatened. No. Why would they be threatened? But they allow them to basically join as a vassal state, like kind of be like, well, it's not like complete ownership. You're just a vassal of us. Well, I mean, there's like such a difference. So they start kind of trying to take back some of their land, and it goes well because, well, they're the gray team. And they basically take back all the pink team land over here, and even take back some of this land. The pink team's like, okay, please just don't take all of this. They put a ceasefire up, and went into the wine team until they also put a ceasefire up because they know they'd be screwed. So they actually allow them to kind of go like that, surprisingly. But they won't let that stand. But they have greater things to worry about right now. But they kind of do the lay pitch of what they did before, and like, if you join our glorious nation, then you'll have more protection. What would you be protected by? Nothing in particular. Why would you? Why would you say that? Yeah, bye-bye. Yeah. So, threatening? Never. Why would you get threatened? Damn. Great team looking chunky. That sounds weird. Yeah, looking alone, but actually the good type of alone. They're actually working with Decepticons. Yeah, so I'm not gonna completely break through there, but they kind of have like a thing where the purple team is gaining in the south, and the gray team is gaining in the north. So it's kind of like a trading of land thing rather than one team getting all the land. So yeah, right now it's actually fairly equal, even though the gray team has more military might in general. They've been focusing a lot of military might in here, and not looking good in other areas. But let's go to this area. So, well, first, kind of what happens is we get some new alliance members over here. We get Le Gray, or Light Gray, team joining the right angle triangles. Yeah, good for them. And so does the gray team. Or green team. What, gray? Nothing will come out of that. Why would anything come out of that? Well, let's just say the ruler of the pink team was shot at by a mercenary of the purple team over here, and they are beast. So they're like, you dare do that? And even though it's like not under control, they basically quickly launch invasions like, oh my, they did not see this coming. The black team, the black team kind of sees this and like, still having a thirst for war over here. I'm gonna redo some of these alliance things because they kind of compact. So we got, yeah, the orange team still being here. The purple team, purple team. But the black team decides to join the Pentagons. I know. The very small black team. And then we also still got the right angle triangles for the indigo team. So yeah. The black team's back and at it. That's not bad. Right. Yeah, so this was unexpected. And unexpectedly quick. The dark red team starts, like, benefiting from this and going like, ooh, we wouldn't mind some of that either. And starts taking land from the red team over here. They're like, whoa, okay, war. And, well, because the gray team kind of joined over here, and, some nations over here don't really like the gray team because they were kind of the original colonizers. Specifically, well, one of these nations, we have specifically over here the light green team joining the Pentagon Alliance because, well, they got douched because they're originally a colony of the gray team, so, who would have thought? And, they're not the only one, because we also, got the ex-blue team colony also joining the Pentagon squad. I know, that's crazy, who would have thought? We also got, ooh, who will it be? We got, well, this colony, this area, because they were an ex-Indigo team, and the Indigo team is part of this new right angle triangle alliance. The only one to not join the Pentagon Alliance, is actually the Rose team, because the Rose team, was formed by an four-point star alliance, so they actually don't have beef with, they have, like, opposite beef with the opposite team. Oh, that's not good. There we go. So yeah. But they're kind of surrounded. Even more surrounded when you remember that the black team's also part of this. And the black team kind of seizes the opportunity and kind of goes like, don't mind if I... Oh, bigger size. Don't mind if I do, because they also took some of their islands. So like, let's take that back. That was quick. Yeah, so, but, it means no harm. That alliance I just made? What do you mean about that? What alliance? Yeah, so, yeah. But anyways, while the other teams are kind of distracted back on the mainland, we have the light blue team starting to invade the indigo team. Yeah. And also because the purple team's kind of allied with these guys, because they're on the same team. And also the orange team is on the opposite team. The purple team is like, why not take the chances and go expand our colony? Not if any colony here. Actually, the orange team colony is like the most stable, but the purple team has its eyes set on it, and they are not letting go. And the orange team kind of wasn't prepared for colonial war. Yeah, rookie mistake, I guess. I'll start invading the indigo team colony. It's not looking good. So the colonial front is actually pretty conclusive. The Pentagons are winning here. But back over here, it's a lot more of a battlefield. Something that happens is the two Pentagon teams and remember the Committee for Better Borders? Yeah, two Pentagon teams and the Committee for Better Borders both agree to split up this part of the orange team. It is like the ultimate rage bait, and it's so funny. I like how the Committee for Better Borders is like, we're not biased, we just hate these borders. Like, seriously, what were you thinking? They might be slightly biased, but it's neither here nor there. I just love the Committee for Better Borders. Who would think that would actually have a good effect? Or like a significant effect. Not just do nothing. So, yeah. The orange team's like, you just get to do that? And they're like, we kind of just did, so... But while they're distracted, the green team's like, ooh, yes, we can take some of this area, and kind of takes down to the river area. Takes down. Take some of this area, and they're like, oh. So the blue team kind of has to go back here and be like, oh no, yeah, kind of go back and kind of go like this, and they kind of wipe out this area because they're like, oh, you thought you could challenge us? The light blue team is stronger, so that was actually kind of a bad idea because they weren't really growing their aggro before. Yeah, sorry, green team. But the orange team basically won't let that stand. All that, but they basically start, just before the entire nation was taken apart, the orange team, representing the green team, decides, nah, we fight back. And basically fights back as the green team and re-liberates their country. And they're like, and the blue team throws, oh yeah, we have more land than the orange team, but the orange team is actually stronger than us. Who would have thought? Team strong. Have you seen the orange team in past wars? Take back the city, and they also start taking back from the Rose team over here. Yeah. And they're kind of they've been fighting a lot of wars. They're kind of like, you know what? Just give me this area back right now. We can cause a ceasefire for right now. They're surprisingly being chill about it. Like, they just don't want to have war. And, remember this, colony over here that we thought was good? Maybe not as good as we thought. There's a lot of stuff happening. They're being surprisingly peaceful right now. Black team. Apparently these teams aren't affecting the black team, because, they don't want to aggro another really strong team. They're preoccupied, so maybe they could deal with it. But they don't want to take their chances. But anyways, going back here, blue team down here continues to make advances. Yep, continuing to kind of just go through this area pretty easily because, well, there's not much soldiers down here. There's not much of anything down here, really. And they basically make up a pact to kind of just split this area and say, like, we get to take this area, you get to take the rest. You know, de jure style, as they say. So, yeah, it's pretty peaceful. And, yeah, these teams are becoming a lot bigger. Because, well, that's kind of what happens when they don't focus their area. Well, Lavender team keeps on taking this area. And the purple team is like I said, hammering weirdly hard on the brown team. So hard that they just take it, like, all of it, just outright. And they're kind of like, what? Huh? What just happened? Why just happened? People are kind of just confused why that happened. Like, what did the brown team have? Like, what did they do? But they can't answer that question right now because they have wars to fight. They kind of, my team kind of goes like this. Spearhead towards major city, being successful. We got the dark red team over here, kind of just generally kind of going around, blobulating. Me when I'm blobulating. And then we have the dark yellow team over here, actually capturing this major city. And then we also have the purple team, kind of starting to capture this major city. And there's a weird strategy with the purple team. They focus on the gray area, also hammering like a single nation. Like they somehow have beef with them. And they basically have a list of most beef to least beef. So who do you think they're gonna hammer on next? And well, it's actually this purple team over here. What do? They don't have much interactions. Well, they kind of... I could show the slow process of it going by, but that happens like 2 weeks maybe. Impressively fast still, but yeah. They're wondering why they're starting random beefs. But we have the purple team continuing to advance, slowly but surely. Up here, trying to make a beeline for Panama. Kind of cut off troop supply. But two things happen. They kind of get denied to cut off the troop supply. That would be bad for the gray team. And, well, the gray team kind of keeps on pushing towards this major city. She captures it. It's actually technically capital on this map. Not actually. So, yeah. Well, it's good for them. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff happening. Oof. So much stuff I even forget to remember what to do. Oh yeah, because, well, the dark red team was kind of threatened by the gray team in the past, they are, heavily inclined to join the four-pointed stars. Yeah, W4-pointed stars. So they joined the four-pointed stars because, well, they may or may not have been threatened by the gray team in the past. And they're actually mobilized pretty quickly because they, well, you know, they know if they have the advantage of surprise, then they'll actually do quite well. So they start moving down south into Baja California. It's like the most popular part that they're closest to, and going pretty far. They're kind of like blitzkrieging the area. The gray team kind of has like, whoa, okay, another front has been opened. Like, oh no. So yeah, we got the red team actually doing surprisingly well. Like, they're a good team, but at the same time doing better than expected. But a weird thing kind of happens. The Lucians and the dark red team kind of like each other. So they're like, you know, the Lucians are like, let's show our support. Good for them, like, you know, showing their support, you know, helping the chain out, you know, so they can still have their colonies. The pink team, you would think, would also join that team. Why are they joining the Right Arrow Alliance? Yeah. If you remember, they have a colony, and, what happens is, well, the purple team basically actively stops them from keeping their colony and just goes like, no, you disobey us? Well, then there goes your colony, and just kind of manifests the takeover of, nope, we take it now because you are being bad manager. Surprisingly fast. So, yeah. That just happened. Closeness? No, I never heard of it. Yeah. Also back in the colonies in Africa. We actually have the orange team forces finally arriving, allowing to push back some of this purple team forces over here. And, yeah. Like, surprisingly, but the Indigo Colony is kind of not doing well. And yeah, kind of bye-bye Indigo Colony. Yeah, poor guys. But anyways, we have, well, the gray team and the green team kind of have a beef, and the green team was kind of ex-colony. The gray team decided to start beef because they wanted to get their colony back, them being on the opposite team as an excuse, and they start hopping down the island chains. The green team's like, no, and actually surprisingly good, and uses some of the forces from the other Pentagon teams over here, and just goes like, no. And the dark red team kind of sees that the gray team is weak and is like, ooh, I don't mind if I do, trying to start to pick them apart. And it's actually going really well because the gray team is actually surprisingly weak right now. People haven't really realized yet, but yeah. The gray team is actually kind of falling apart internally. We got the purple team over here. I'm like, okay, like, come out with the gang. Dun, dun, dun. And try to like get them over here. Even the green team starts to like get in on this, and then starts to like, you know, reverse colonize over here, taking the city and taking these coastal areas. So the gray team is kind of collapsing badly. Yeah, this is really hectic. Honestly, I might need to turn this to a 3-parter at this rate. Ooh. The purple team kind of been sitting there idly because they kind of had a ceasefire agreement, but they decided to finally try and take back, and the pink team is like not doing as well as they expected because they kind of have this for the red team and the blue team over here. But they take back this area and about to march onto the pink team when they get notice that a little team over here that may or may not have been bad for them in the last war starts to attack them. And they are doing freakish... Okay, maybe not that good. Doing pretty well. Flashbacks? Never heard of it. Trying to take the purple team, getting surprisingly close to the capital. Also, being taken to the red team, taking their major city, and also starting to take into the indigo team. Yeah, back in black. And certain flashbacks are coming from last war, and the purple team kind of focuses their troops back in here, so they can't really start up and starts to take back these areas. But that leaves the pink team troops unattended, and if you know what that means, yeah, all that, like, they did 3 months of progress getting erased in a week. Yeah. And they even make it onto their shoreline now, and they kind of realize, oh, go back. But now the black team starts going again, and they realize, oh no, we are done for. And done for, I actually mean like done for. And yeah, change that a bit. Bye purple team. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. Purple team's gone. You know, do you want me to prove this? Do you think I'm bluffing? Do you think I'm bluffing that the purple team's gone? Do you think I'm actually bluffing this? I'll give them their major city right here, and I'll even move their capital. You're holding on to belief, right? Yeah, purple team isn't actually gone. You can't remove such a vital player. You can't. You just can't. They say try me, and I say bet. But anyways, the part that's gonna lead off this whole episode. It's probably a 3-parter now. flashback to episode 10? You wouldn't say. It's kind of funny. First episode, 1 episode war. Second, war, 2 episodes war. Third episode, 3 episode war, maybe. Well, let's just say that the green team discovers this area, you know, just thinking not find much. And they discover so much. They make contact with the green team and they're like, what the actual, like, what? We're not alone, and there's so many other teams that are way more advanced than us. This is a giant shocker to them. And, yeah. This is, like, the thing of, like, the war, and this is the thing that kind of, ends off the episode today. This is probably 3-parter. And that's all in. Goodbye, my cabbages.